Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to see the interview experience of Mindtree company. So in this video, basically I have covered TR and MR round questions, and I will be creating separate video for HR round questions. So first of all, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe the channel so that you get the latest notification. And I post different kinds of videos related to coding and aptitude round, reasoning round questions of different IT companies and different MNCs, and also recruitment videos. So if you want to get the latest updates regarding these videos, and if you are also preparing for your upcoming interview, or if you are also preparing for your placements, you can subscribe the channel so that you will get all kinds of materials. And also you can check the playlist section of the channel, so there you will get the company wise different playlists, so you can check whatever the company for which you are sitting for placement. You can check that playlist. So moving on with this video, let's see the different questions that are being asked in the Mindtree interview experience. So the first question, as always, is tell me about yourself. So I have also covered the answer, one basic template in this video, so you can have a look at it and prepare your own. I would not suggest you to copy as it is, because it is not a good practice to copy, because if you copy it, it might sound like you have already mucked up the whole thing and you are saying it. So we would just go line by line with it, and you can prepare your own by keeping a reference, and this one as a reference. So let's read this out. So first of all, you have to greet the person or the interviewer, that is good morning or whatever. If it is at the evening time, you have to say good evening or afternoon. So it's my pleasure to introduce myself in front of you. I am ABCD from Mumbai, Maharashtra. I am an innovative technical engineer with 1 year and 5 months of work experience. Now in this case, if you do not have experience, you can say that I am a fresher, or you can say the current semester or year of your college, or you can say if you have done any internship at this place. I have a lot of implementing and troubleshooting any computer related issue, and also implementing connectivity solution for small, medium and enterprises customer with a team. I have completed my degree Bachelor's of Engineering in the stream of Computer Science and Engineering in 2018 with 7.8 CGPA from XYZ University, Mumbai. You have to say the your institute name. Prior to this, I have completed my 12th with 88% and completed my 10th with 85% from MP BSc Bhopal. You can say your school name also. So this format is structured in a way where you are telling all the relevant information in a single paragraph, and while when you say it, it will not take more than 40 to 50 seconds or maximum to 60 seconds, so that it is a perfect good introduction, so that you can say my strength is self motivation. I have passion to accomplish my work. I am also tech savvy. I always believe in result oriented works. My weakness is that I feel uncomfortable until finish my work. My short term goal is to get a job done in a reputed company like yours. My long term goal is to achieve a respectable position in that organization. That's all about me. So this is very good, like a simple and small introduction about yourself. It should not be too long because it can bore the interviewer, and also there might be chances that they will not get much time to ask different questions. So let's now see the next question. Which language you prefer, C or Java? It's C, sir, as C can do more and perform faster because it's closer to machine code. So you can tell your preferred language, whatever it may be. What is array? Can you tell me the definition of array? So the answer for this can be: an array is a collection of items stored at contiguous memory locations. The idea is to store multiple items of the same type together. This makes it easier to calculate the position of each element by simply adding an offset to a base value. That is the memory location of the first element of array. So as we know that in an array, how the things work is like whatever is the first location, that is taken first, and then we add the uh, bytes to it. Let's move on to the next question. What is stack? What is queue? So as you can see that in most of the cases, regularly the data structure questions are being asked. So it is suggested that you should practice basic data structures questions beforehand if you are sitting for a Mindtree interview. So let's see the answer for this question. Stack is a container of objects that are inserted and removed according to the last in first out LIFO principle. A helpful analogy is to think of a stack of books. You can remove only the top book. Also, you can add a new book on the top. Queue is a container of objects, a linear collection that are inserted and removed according to the first in first out FIFO principle. An excellent example of a queue is a line of students in the food court of UC. New additions to a line made to the back of the queue, while removal or serving happens in the front. So as you can see that this question is answered very nicely, that in this question you are telling the basic principle of the data structure also, and also you are giving the real life example of that data structure. So it is a good way, so that interviewer will also get to know that you are aware of the real life examples of these data structures. Moving on to the next question. What is constant in C? Constant refer to a fixed values that program may not alter during its execution. These fixed values are also called literals. Constants can be of any of the basic data types, like an integer constant, a floating constant, a character constant, or a string literal. So like this is the basic question from C, so this can also be asked, and this is already we have seen that in the first question the person has said that if the question was asked that you have experience in which language, C or Java, so the interviewee has answered as I have experience in C language. That is why this question is being asked to him. Moving on to the next question. What is heap? A heap is a complete binary tree, and binary tree is a tree in which the node can have at most 2 children. Before knowing more about the heap data structure, we should know about the complete binary tree. So simply we can say like this, if we do not have much insight on the question also. So this is a very simple and small answer for this. If the interviewer wants you to say more about it, you can go accordingly. What is pointer? To put it simply, a pointer is an object in many programming language that stores a memory address. Let's see the next question now. What are loops, and explain it. The execution of a sequence of statements many times until the stated condition becomes false is called a loop. So which means that a same condition is running again and again. This is called as loop. A loop in C consists of two parts, a body of a loop and control statement. The control statement is a combination of some conditions that direct the body of the loop to execute until the specified condition becomes false. So we know that in a loop there is a condition check, and whenever the condition is met, we come out of that, we will go on, and whenever the conditions become false, we come out of that loop, or we can say that loop breaks. Let's see the next question now. What is a string? A string is a specific data type in programming language formed up by an ordered sequence of characters. Let's move on to the next question now. How you find a reverse of a string? Firstly, we take an input from the user. After taking the input, we have to calculate the length of the string. To calculate the length, we run a loop from the starting of the character until a null character is found. And in each iteration, we increase the count variable. We assign one less than to it to the j because the array starts from 0. After this, we simply copy the characters from the ending one by one from the original character array to a new character array. So as you can see that reversing a string is a coding question. So in this way also they can ask many times, like they can ask you the approach of the coding question instead of writing the complete questions, because in many cases interviewers also don't have much time, so they ask you the approach in place of writing the complete question. So you can explain in this way if you are asked to explain the approach. What is linear search and binary search? A linear search scans one item at a time without jumping to any item. The worst case complexity in this case is big O of n. Time taken to search elements keep increasing as the number of elements are increased. A binary search, however, cut down your search to half as soon as you find the middle of a sorted list. The middle element is looked to check if it is greater than or less than the value to be searched. Accordingly, search is done to either half of the given list. So this is basically the difference between linear search and binary search, that linear search in one go it will be searching like every time, and in binary search the size of the array will be divided by 2 in each iteration. Moving on to the next question now. What is overloading? So this is a concept from OOPS. Overloading refers to ability to use a single identifier to define multiple objects, multiple methods of a class that differs in their input and output parameters. Overload methods are generally used when they conceptually execute the same task but with a slightly different set of parameters. So overloading and all these are some technical terms on different subjects. Like this one is from Oops, so you don't need to answer a very long paragraph answer. This much is sufficient. What is linked list? In simple words, a linked list of nodes where each node contains a data field and a reference link to the next node in the list. Simple linked list and doubly linked list. Item navigation is forwarded only, and doubly linked list items can be navigated forward and backward. Moving on to the next question: are you from CSE background or not? So if you are from CSE, you can say yes or no according to that. So that's all for this video. We have seen many questions that were from the perspective of technical and managerial rounds in the Mindtree, and soon I will be posting another video related to the HR questions of Mindtree, and that are being regularly asked in the Mindtree and are the most famous HR questions. So you should definitely plan them. And if you are having already an upcoming interview scheduled, you can check the complete playlist section in my channel, where the interview experiences of different companies and different branches are given. So you can prepare accordingly. Not only you need to see the company that you are sitting for, you can also see the interview experiences of different companies, so you can have a general idea of the interviewers, like what are the questions that the interviewers usually ask. So that's all for this video, and please subscribe the channel if you are new to the channel, and like this video. Thank you.